I'm strong in faith.
Faith can move mountains. Radio Maria 91.3 FM.
The voice of truth.
Hello, good evening, Abuja. How are you all doing? You are welcome to yet another show, The Woman's World, with Vic Alu, the Vic of the Alu, aka Lady V, on 91.3 FM Abuja. How are you all doing? Daddies, mommies, brothers, sisters, friends, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. Well, today is going to be an interesting show. Trust me, like it's going to be one of the best shows ever on The Woman's World on Radio Maria. But you know, like I always say on this show, The Woman's World is the program where we talk about women. We talk about issues that relate to the woman, whether it's her finances, her emotions, her spirituality, economic-wise, everything has to do with the woman. And then, you know, as a woman, you know, like I always say, some people think that women are the major cause of the challenges we have in the world. But you and I listening, whether you're a father, you're a husband, a brother, now mama born you, and you have the place. There's a place for the woman, and if the woman gets it right, trust me, the society will get it right. And that is why on The Woman's World, we encourage one another as women. We support one another. We motivate one another. We counsel one another. We tell ourselves the truth to be better versions of ourselves. But we can't do that without acknowledging the men, right? The men could be our fathers, our husbands, our brothers, our uncles, our bosses, our colleagues, our business partners. So if you're a man listening to me and you value a woman, you respect the woman in your life, we say thank you. We respect you too, and we acknowledge you. I don't want to talk too much today because today I have a very important guest in the house. I have the coordinator, the director of the NAFDAC Office, Abuja, in the studio today. And you know, I promised you that this year we'll go talk real things that will empower the woman. We said this year, woman, if you be woman, you know, go sit down for ground. This year, every woman is supposed to stand up, get something doing, be empowered, be encouraged, be empowered mentally, be empowered financially, be empowered every area of your life. And that is why today we have this special guest in our midst. He's no one but Mr. Kenneth Azikiwe. I know those of us in Abuja, those of you in Abuja office, you know that name, right? He is an amazing NAFDAC regulator and inspector, and he's a director. And he has come a long way from the least cadre in NAFDAC to being a director. You know what that means? He has been a state coordinator in Jigawa, in Kaduna, in Oyo. He's been a zonal director in the Northeast. He has been all over Nigeria. And today he is the director in charge of NAFDAC Abuja. So Oga, call madam, tell her, say join. Because today that idea where madam get when she talk, say how she go do this NAFDAC thing, how she won't do it. Oga dey here, anything we want hear, anything we want know. Now they here today. If the director says yes, so now so it will be. So that is call, everybody calling. And also don't forget to join my Facebook, Victoria Omata Alu, so that we can also have this conversation. We'll go on a short break. I know you want to hear his voice, but we'll go on a very short break. And when we come back, we'll take off. Don't touch the dial. Yes, you are welcome back to the show. You know, like I said at the beginning of this year, I said this year, if you're a woman listening to me, you know, go sit down for ground. We dey stand up, we dey hustle, we want to empower ourselves. And that is why we have the guest today in our midst. Sir, I know I've said some things about you. I've said some few things about the things you've achieved, how you grew and became who you are today, that we all value and cherish as a NAFDAC officer. What exactly is NAFDAC, and what is the interest of NAFDAC?
Thank you very much, Vicky, aka
Vic Alu.
Vic Alu. I like that. You have to brand that name.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Vicky. Thank you very much, my wonderful audience out there. NAFDAC is a parastatal of the Federal Ministry of Health. that was established by Decree 15 of 1993, as amended by Decree 19 of 1999, and now quoted as Art Cap N1, Law of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 2004. This law ensures that NAFDAC is mandated to regulate the manufacture, import, export, distribution, advertisement, sale, and use of regulated products, food, drugs, chemicals, and other products that are regulated by NAFDAC. So that is basically what we do, and our visions remain to ensuring that only the best quality food, drugs, and other regulated food are consumed by Nigerians. And my Director General, Professor Christiana Mojishola Adeyeye, is focused on achieving that. He wants to make sure that no Nigerian is sustained when it comes to the quality of food and drug and other regulated products. And at the same time, we also ensure that businesses thrive. Those who want to register regulated products are given what they need to enable them go into business. I'll be talking more about that later on. So these are basically what we do. And then we are also, as the name applies, we are also food and drugs. We also look into nutrition, a lot of nutrition. Nutrition for mothers, nutrition for children, nutrition for the elderly, nutrition for the young ones, you understand? So these are basically what we do to ensure that basically we safeguard the health of the nation.
Thank you so much, sir. You were talking about some of the things that we do, that NAFDAC does, that it includes. I know there are many other things that NAFDAC does with regards to food and drugs. What are other products? What are the other regulated products aside food and drug?
The other regulated products are medical devices, chemicals, apart from drugs, and other agrochemicals, and then drugs like nutraceuticals that are not basically drugs. I don't want to use high sounding words.
Yes.
Those are the other things they register, you understand? And then we also carry out public enlightenment, which is part of our mandate, and that is why I'm here, to enlighten the public on a lot of issues concerning food, drugs, and any other thing we are regulating. So that's basically the other things we regulate apart from food and drugs.
Okay. So, this program is a woman's world. So every conversation we're going to have is going to surround the woman.
Yes,
I mean, sisters, don't be true.
Yes.
So a woman who wants to have business with NAFDAC, and then she wants to go into, is it only manufacturing that a woman can get engaged in NAFDAC? Like, if a woman, is it only manufacturing that somebody can get involved? What are the other things in NAFDAC that a woman can be involved in aside manufacturing? Because this year we want to empower, we want to see women want to empower women in different ways. So not everybody wants to go into manufacturing. In the scale or in the chain, are there other things like maybe distribution that NAFDAC also regulate? Are there other things that NAFDAC regulate, that so that a woman will say, okay, I don't do manufacturing, but I can also engage in these other areas that NAFDAC is involved in?
Yes, like I said, the mandate of NAFDAC is to regulate the import, export, distribution, sale, and use, advertisement and use of regulated products. All these are activities on their own. Like, for example, now, the popular NAFDAC number is used to regulate manufactured products, locally and imported. Then you also have what we call good distribution and good storage practice. NAFDAC used to control storages like warehouses, facilities that keep products. Then we also monitor logistics, because it's important to manufacture quality product. It's also equally important for the quality manufactured to be transported in the right way so that it's distributed and the consumer get quality product at the end of the chain. You understand? So monitor the distribution chain. You understand? So we issue the good storage and good distribution practice. Then for those who want to use regulated product, like the restaurants, the bookers, and others that are using regulated product to produce their product, we also give them what we call the good hygiene practice certification for them, for enable us to monitor what they are doing. And once in a while, everybody along this chain, we gather them for training to ensure that we impact the right knowledge. Like for manufacturers, we give them the right knowledge to ensure good manufacturing practice. For those who are in storage, we give them knowledge to ensure good distribution and good storage practice. Then for those who are engaged in using regulated products at the restaurant, we train them on good hygiene practices, and then the best practices in terms of handling food production. So these are the other things we do, want to empower. If a woman comes in so that she'll benefit from such training. You have a restaurant, process of GHP, so that by the time we want to train, you'll be in our database. We'll call you in, and then we'll also do that too. And then, like I told you, there are other small, you call it manufacturing production that a woman can do. The one we call the nano, micro, small, medium enterprise. You see, it is fantastic. In fact, it is the brainchild of my current Director General, Professor Christiana Modishala Adedeye. When she came in 2017, she decided to carve out a process so that dry finger foods that are indigenous to us can be registered without following the cumbersome process of registering product. So if a woman is in the house and she wants to make something like a puff or maybe cookies for maybe the next school, you want to be supplying the school, or even akara or something, that we eat, you want to supply them, and you want to get NAFDAC certification for it, is possible. You understand? Because we have a certain criteria. Let me just break the criteria down. For example, now you can use in the nano micro scale requirement, we can register you in the cottage category. We call it cottage manufacturing facility, right in your kitchen. If your kitchen is 20 feet by 20 feet, we'll give you the requirements for you to do that.
Wow.
You understand? So you can register and prepare. Some people, like now, there are some people they call this a homemade akara. It's not like the commercial one. They say, "Way our mama do some of this akara." You understand?
Yes.
The woman will have some special recipe. She put pepper, put some crayfish. So if you desire that, and you have a customer that needs those things, NAFDAC will come in to ensure that you are producing this product in a way that it does not cause public safety concern. So we'll come and say, "You don't hide." Okay. Come to us. We'll now tell you how to ensure that this product is produced in a way that it is safe for the consumer. Wow. You understand? So that the choice of your type of akara does not harm the consumer. You understand? So a woman who is at home can decide to fry akara, maybe for the schools. We'll just go, okay, you can fry it, use your room. We'll tell him how to do it, where to keep his packaging material, how to ensure that what I thought to call hazard, it's a big hazard analysis and critical control point. We'll look at it and advise her, okay, these are the critical control points. Don't do like this, don't do like this, so that the product coming out to be safe. And once we put in place that system and she follows that, the product to be safe. We'll register it, attach it to our laboratory for analysis. We'll give her NAFDAC number. She begins to produce. Apart from using the kitchen, we can also allow you use one room in your house. Wow. So you don't need to, as a woman, you don't begin to think of maybe like telling your husband, maybe you have to go and buy a big house. Maybe like, no. With one room, provided you are producing any of the dry finger foods. It could be very simple thing like crayfish, granite, chin-chin, popcorn, puff-puff, donuts, cupcakes. These things that are, you and I eat at home, you understand? And plantain chips, you understand? And our requirements, they are very, very simple. We don't expect the woman to have certain qualification. Maybe like having to go and get an OND degree in this before. No. As we're all growing up, all of us grew up from the home. There's some knowledge you pass. If your mother teaches you how to fry plantain, all she will do, she'll say, fry the plantain. If you fry it and she tests it, what we call organoleptic, she tests it and it is sweet, you pass the exam. She doesn't give you a certificate. So NAFDAC will not ask you to bring a certificate to show that you can fry plantain chips.
Wow.
You understand?
Wow.
Your product will sell you,
It's
but we will ensure that it's safe for consumption. Then your brand, your taste, you work on that so that your customers will continue to come. So for the one room, we allow a package in one. If you have 2 rooms, praise the Lord, we'll get you the 2 room, we'll register you in 2 rooms. So in that category, begin to register dry finger food. In fact, I know of some people who just buy crayfish from the local market, come back, process it, remove those sand and other this thing, blow it up, process it, and begin to pack it. And they weigh it, seal it. 1 room will give you number, make money, and then you begin to sell to the supermarket.
Wow.
And you know, these days, most of the working class women may not have the time to go and buy crayfish from the local market and begin to pick it. So they want already prepared ones. Get the prepared ones, weigh it, and then you supply to a supermarket or a shop, and then you make your cool money. You understand?
Wow.
So we are there to encourage women to attempt to do those things. There's a lot of dry finger food. If you visit our website, for those of you who are, at www.nafdac.gov.ng, you go to the column, they write MSME. If you can't find it, just type MSME in the search column. They want to type it, search. The requirements will come out, and then the list of products covered will also come out. They are basically dry finger foods that are of low risk. We allow you to produce them, package them in your facility, and then also sell. And by the way, you can also repackage already processed food. For example, now, maybe you live in a community where people can't afford 50 kg bag of rice or that this thing. You can get a 50 kg bag of rice, repackage in 5 kg or 1 kg.
Wow.
Package it and then offer. People can buy. Maybe people going home, maybe they are bachelors, they just buy 1 cup, they want to boil, eat. But the main thing is that you are providing what they need and in a safe way so that it does not harm them. And then we will recognize what you are doing as an activity that is safe, and in that way we will safeguard the health of the consumer and everybody involved in the process. So those are the things we basically do.
Wow, that is encouraging to hear. If a woman listening, there is the nano scale. That means you can use your kitchen, and as long as it's 20 by 20 feet, you can use your kitchen to register dry finger foods. So don't say you are a housewife, you don't have things to do. You can package something and get a NAFDAC authorization for it and go and sell. This year we know there's lack. And you also talk about if you have even more than that kitchen, we can give you this, NAFDAC can still register you. So I want to say now, you talked about those, we have a support group, the woman, Vic Alu support group. There's a woman who has tamba, yes, and she is dry, is like a grain or wheat, and she just wants to package it. So people like that, do they also fall in that category of they can use their kitchen or they can use 1 room?
They can fall into that category. And like you mentioned, your NGO or organization, like you have the Caritas, you have other organizations. You can have cluster facilities. Cluster facilities are allowed.
What is that, sir?
Cluster facility means, for example, like this facility where we are in, everybody is segmented room by room, like where you see primary 1, primary 2, primary 3. You can have cluster facilities in one place that can accommodate 10, 15, 20 people. Okay. If you build it like that, you provide what they can use in production in each of the room, the basic thing. Don't forget the 1 room concept.
Yes.
So each of them having those things, there's water, there is electricity, there are other things. I can take up 1 room and be packaging crayfish there. Okay. You can take up the next room and be packaging beans. The other one can take up another room and be packaging rice. Like that, we call it a cluster facility.
Wow.
So you can, if your support groups, your NGOs, you can establish those facilities, invite them. If somebody say doesn't have money to rent a shop, he doesn't have money to rent a factory, maybe they are being hostile at home, maybe he feels that Oga will feed, they can get to such cluster facilities. And I assure you that many that I have seen, particularly at the federal government-owned incubation center, which is built like that too, yes. Most of them don't stay 1-2 years. They've gone to build their own. Wow. So it shows that it's working, So support groups like yours can also take advantage and establish cluster facilities, and these cluster facilities will register it. They come and will come once in a while to monitor what they are doing in these facilities.
This is very interesting, and I think I want to throw this as a challenge to all our daddies out there that are blessed financially, and even to our sisters out there that are blessed financially. You can put up a structure and then put in this basic equipment or basic necessities for it, and then bring women who have small businesses that fall in that category and encourage them to do that, and maybe they can just pay you little money at the end of the month. So I think that is a good idea. That is listening to us, I know there are a lot of daddies that support women, and you have a lot of money in your account. Maybe you should come see the director and see how we can come up with a cluster facility like that. Okay, now, sir, I want to ask this other question. We have seen a situation where somebody has maybe somebody is making spices. She's packaging. She's a registered facility. She has spice. She's producing spices. Is it possible that another woman who wants to register also spices but doesn't have the money to buy the equipment, is there any way she can benefit? Is there any way she can go to the other woman who is already registered to also have a license for her own product?
Okay, that is something like what we call contract manufacturing. So that she can benefit from the facility and make her own brand and go away. You understand?
Okay.
You see, sometimes we're always very careful because, human population can act as a contaminant. You understand? So as a facility, it must have expanded to a level of a small category before we can allow you to do contract manufacturing for somebody else.
Okay.
And once you are going to do that contract manufacturing, the person will come with his own brand. There'll be a contract agreement with you. He uses your facility, and you must go into contract manufacturing of similar product. For example, if you have the idea to package rice, the person you are going to contract manufacturing deal with should be packaging rice.
Okay.
Not that the person is packaging beans and you want to package rice. No.
Okay.
You get somebody who can package similar products. You understand? So when you get to certain category, like small category, small, medium, large, we can allow you to be contracted manufacturing because your facility no got one room. It's up to like 5 rooms and other bigger parties. So we can allow you because the space you have can allow free flow of man and material, contamination is reduced, and then the volume of people working on that place will be beyond 5, which is normally allowed for the nano and micro scale manufacturing facilities. So it can be allowed. You can benefit if the person is kind enough to allow you to share the facility.
Thank you so much. Before we go on a short break, I just want to ask this question. At the beginning of when you were speaking initially, you said also NAFDAC is interested in the nourishment of the mother and the child. And a healthy mother means a healthy home. And if a mother is healthy, when we talk about empowerment, she can actually go all out for that. So what is NAFDAC's perspective with regards to nourishment for the woman?
Good, yeah. Before I go into the nourishment of women, I missed out something when I was talking about the MSM. I did not talk about the process of registration. I don't know if I can allow to mention that exactly. Sir. You see, the registration of this nano micro scale is very simple. It's something you can do on your phone. You need not to come to my office. You need not to see me. All you just do, take your phone, just go to the search column, just say www.napams.org. NAPAMS is spelled at A-N as in Nigeria, A as in Africa, P as in people, A as in Africa, M as in market, S as in school. You just write www.napams.org, O-R-G. Once you click it, NAFDAC will welcome you to our application. Do not ask. It's very interactive. Even as you use it, there's somebody on the bottom. There's a picture of a young lady in the bottom who is there to interact with you when you're having a problem. They'll ask you to get your email address, get your telephone number, ask you several questions. After getting the questions about your company, registration, then they will now tell you to introduce your product. After introducing your product, they go to the payment. You make your payment with your phone, your debit card. You pay. This time you've not seen us. Then we'll now ask you upload your CAC. All the documents have you upload. After uploading, you see I've not seen us. Then we will now write you a mail that is choose a date for your inspection.
Wow.
When you choose a date, we agree through mail your date of inspection. After we have agreed, NAFDAC will come to that facility, inspect your facility, take your sample for laboratory evaluation. And if it passes, we'll give you your NAFDAC number. Our interaction is just once, and that is at the visit. There's no other interaction with us. So we have a bespoke application that you can use to interact with us. Without coming to our office, you can be wherever you are. You can be in Gogolada, you do business with us in Zone 7. You can be in Abaji, anywhere you are. You don't need to travel that far to come to our office. So as a mother, all you need is just buy data. Sit down in your house and then work, and then NAFDAC will come to you, will give you your NAFDAC number.
That sounds really easy. Okay, the nourishment
yeah,
part.
exactly. So let me go to the nourishment aspect. NAFDAC does a lot on nourishment, a lot. We have a whole unit. It's what we call, we have a department called Food Safety and Applied Nutrition. In Food Safety and Applied Nutrition, you have a nutrition section of that. And to show how much my Director General is passionate about women and children nutrition, on 8th of October, during the International Women's Day, she launched the NAFDAC Office for Women Affairs, which is currently an office in her, or domicile under her in the office, so that she will ensure that women and children are not left out when it comes to nutrition. We do a lot of things, beginning from when the baby is in the womb. Beginning from when the baby is in the womb, NAFDAC is interested. Even before the child is born, NAFDAC is interested. You see, there's something I want to tell all of us listening. You see, there's what you call nutrition window. That is the first 1,000-day nutrition window. All of us created by God has 1,000 days for our nutrition window to work and close.
Okay.
If after that 1,000 days, when that nutrition window closes, who is the rich man now? If you like become Dangote, you can't open it again. It is that nutrition you have eaten in that 1,000 days of your formative age, both the time you are in your mother's womb, down to when you are 2 years of age. That's what is going to last you the lifetime.
Wow.
So, which means that the nutrition is key, and that's why NAFDAC is interested in what a child eats in the womb, and that is the mother. The nourishment of the mother when the baby is in the womb. And then the nourishment the child takes after it's born. And that's why NAFDAC and WHO will prescribe that all newborn infants must be exposed to their mother's milk 30 minutes after birth. Continue with their mother's milk exclusively. No water, no agbo, nothing. Exclusively, yes, exclusively with their mother's milk for 6 months. And thereafter, continue with their mother's milk for 2 years and beyond. That is our requirement. The reason is this: what the child needs for the brain is in the mother's milk. For the first 1,000, after birth, for the first 2 years, the child's brain is developing. The ingredient for development of the brain is in the mother. So the mother has a lot of role to play. Like when I was driving down here, the road was well paved, If it rains, water drain, the road is neat. When your mother nourishes you well, the brain will be like a well-paved road. Wow. But if there is no mother's nourishment, the road will form. It will look like all those roads you see in Gwagwalada. You understand? When it rains, potter everywhere. Wow. And what are those rains? The rains of ill health when it comes later in life. You cannot go back to your mother again to nourish you because that window has closed. And that's why NAFDAC is very particular. That's why we say exclusive breastfeeding and feeding continually. You understand? It has a lot of advantage for the mother because it's a women's program. I'll tell you one advantage for the mother. every mother that exclusively breastfeeds the child and does this thing 2 years, the woman stands a chance of not having breast cancer later in life.
Wow.
And any woman that breastfeeds the child in this way we are talking about stands a chance of not having ovarian cancer later in life. Apart from the fact that within that 6 months, it's a natural family planning. If you are doing it exclusively, you know, we have complaints of people saying that, oh, you do come in, even no. When you are doing it exclusively, you see, our brain does not do two things at the same time. You understand? Once it is focused on feeding a child, you understand? It's focused on that. There will be no, you understand? And then the child, for the child itself, because you can't separate mother and their children.
Yeah.
For the child, number one benefit is intelligence. At least to save you paying white fees, repeatedly, or doing job mistake. Intelligent, yes. And then the chances that the child will not die from what we call SID, sudden infant death, is there. At the birth, that's also 30 minutes. The first milk the child takes from the mother, the thick yellowish one, is what is called the colostrum. That colostrum is the first antibiotic. In fact, it's the first welcome to this world that you are giving to that child. In fact, that's what they call impartation for those who are into religious this thing. You understand? The mother does impartation with that. Whatever is making the mother survive in Abuja or wherever the child is born in Canada, he has given it to that child. And that child will not suffer SID, sudden infant death, because the mother had imparted survivor into that child. And then the colostrum also have other things to wash away the first purgative. The child was formerly a secondary feeder in the mother's stomach, but now it's a primary feeder. So it will serve as purge, to purge away the child, you understand? And as the child begins to feed, the child begins to get the nourishment it needs to grow.
Well.
And what we advise in NAFDAC as we go for enlightenment program and talk to our women, we encourage them, when you are pregnant, prepare for the child that is coming. Apart from buying the bath, buying this, buying that, buy a feeding chair. A chair you will use to feed your child. You know why?
No, sir.
Feeding a child is big business. It's not just because you just start feeding. No, it's big business because you must be comfortable. For the first 10 minutes, your child is feeding from you. The child is drinking only water.
Okay.
So if you sit by the bedside and be doing it, your back will ache. Your hand with the child is heavy. It pain you. So but you buy a feeding chair, a chair that is just like I'm sitting comfortably now, with an armrest. You understand? At least. And that's why I encourage the men to. As your wife is going about buying other things, since you know carpentry and look at your wife's size, get her a comfortable chair. You understand? Then let her sit comfortably so that when the baby rests on the arm will rest. For 10 minutes, the baby is drinking water. And that is what we call the fore milk. You understand? You understand? The fore milk coming. Well, that's why they don't give water. Because at that time, the mother is feeding. Messages are going to the woman's brain. Produce food. It's collecting food from anywhere in the woman's body. Collect food, it's collect protein, collect carbohydrate, collect this, all the things, packaging it, because they serve the child a la carte. That's why when our children are feeding, they'll be sweating. They serve a la carte. There's no, it's wait and take, and it's ready. So the body will produce all those food, and then the child will begin to, by the time the child, it may be about feeding for like up to 15 minutes, the hind milk begin to come. And that one is thicker. Heavier. For mothers, you will notice that your child is now drinking heavier. You hearing the sound changing, you understand? And then for those children, you begin to see them, they'll be happier. You understand? Some will raise one leg and say, "Up, mommy," to salute mommy. You understand? Because they are now getting strength, they are now getting energy, they get the protein they need, they get all the things they need to grow up to be big, to be good children. You understand? And then the brain will be properly formed. You understand? So our mothers should be prepared, because feeding children are a necessity, because the nutrition of the first 1,000 days is key. And we also use the forum where we educate our women to tell them that do not be carried away by what you see on media. For now, if you go to NAFDAC has a special law, there's what we call Cap M5. If you look at that law I mentioned, Law of the Federal People of Nigeria, Art Cap N1 2005, you have Cap M5 of that law. It's strictly dedicated to BMS, what we call sale of breast milk substitute. When we put a law on how to sell breast milk substitute are anything solid, semi-solid, liquid that is offered to a child as a total or partial replacement of the breast milk. So in any guise you are offering it, you're offering to a child between 0 to 36 months. That is the breast milk substitute. You understand? So anything, even if it's biscuit, you say this biscuit is for children 0 to 36 months, it becomes a breast milk. That law now traps it. And that is why we tell them, if you are marketing BMS, do not promote breast milk substitute over and above
breast milk,
because breast milk is
superior.
Key. Don't make the woman feel psychologically inadequate. Because this is how to do psychology. When you begin to feel that, oh, I cannot do this, you're already failing. Believe in yourself. Learn the acts. You understand? Even when they have challenges, ask for help. That's what they call there are nurses, specialized nurses in the hospital that can help the milk to flow for yourself. And then when it comes to the feeding, learn proper attachment. When they are teaching you in the antenatal, don't be pressing your phone, don't be doing all that thing. Listen carefully, because you need that knowledge for the child when the child comes out. So these are the things we enlighten, and then we also use a law to penalize those who are trying to promote BMS over and above this. So that's what NAFDAC is doing on nutrition, and we do a lot of it, and we also sensitize the supermarket operators so that they don't advertise, because advertising BMS is against the law. If you come to a facility that you are having a special advertisement for BMS, this one they call formula feeding, the supermarket is found. If you go to any supermarket, you see it, carry your phone, call NAFDAC, we'll come there and we'll do it. The law does not allow it. So because we are interested in nutrition for our children and the well-being of our mothers.
Honestly, I know as you were talking, I just thought of it. We're talking about empowering the woman. Some of us use our money that we're supposed to invest in business to go buy breast milk substitute. Now, a can of I don't want to call names of products, but some of these products are really expensive. If you calculate the amount of the money over the month, it's enough for you to start a business, madam.
And you don't even know the smallest member of the house is eating more than everybody. When it's contributing nothing.
All right, we'll go on a very short break. And when we come back, we'll open the phone lines. Sister, you will get question to ask about NAFDAC. Or God, NAFDAC day here. You will ask me for a group. Say, you want to register this, kaza. This is when to call. We'll go on a short break and we're back in a moment. Don't touch the dial. Okay, yeah, welcome back to the show, and this is Vic Alu on the Woman's World, and guess what? I am with Mr. Kenneth Azikiwe, the one and only Mr. Kenneth Azikiwe. If you are in the public space of NAFDAC, that name is a big name. And we have been talking about NAFDAC and the Nigerian woman, and he has said so much, from business opportunities in NAFDAC, whether it is chemical, whether it is food, whether it is drug, whether it is distribution you want to be involved in, whether it is a sale, whichever one, sister. We've talked about it, and he now really talked about the nutrition. I didn't really think it was a big deal, but from the way he spoke, you need to be a healthy woman, right? And then the way you nourish your child will tell on your health later in the future. You ain't never marry, we never born pikin. Oh yeah, so this is information for you. I'll open the phone lines now, but sir, before I open the phone lines, I want to ask, as a father, as a husband, and NAFDAC has had women DGs over the years. That means NAFDAC is an agency that is women sensitive. What would be your advice to every woman sitting, irrespective whether she is a career woman or a business woman? What is your advice? But before that, let me open the phone lines so that those who have questions, call, ask now. Baruana 08108447518. Okay, we already have a caller. Sorry, sir. Let's pick this call. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, ma.
Thank you. Your name, where are you calling from, ma?
I'm Christy calling from Arab Road, Kobo.
Okay, let's hear you, Christy.
Okay, thank you. I have been following your radio for so long, but first time calling.
Oh, welcome, Christy.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, please, my question to the person seated. Thank you, sir, for your lessons this evening, right? But now I produce drinks like yogurt, zobos, and fruit drinks. And I've been trying to get the NAFDAC, only for me to hear this evening there is a portal I can go through. But I have met some persons, because I'm new in this city, Abuja. I have met some persons who said, okay, go here. And when I went there, they're like, you must have an office.
Okay.
You must have an office. So that keeps discouraging me, because I have not grown that big to have an office yet. I am a baker. I do plenty confectionaries, events as a whole, and I produce these drinks. We were 7 events, but I don't. I'm so. In fact, my prayer point to this is, Lord, give me enough that number.
Oh.
Give me enough. I want to legalize everything. I don't like shady business. Yes, I say so, but I don't know how to go about it. So I was actually writing on the table, because our radio is constantly on Radio Maria.
Oh.
So when I heard it, I quickly ran into the kitchen and told my girl, wait, let's listen and follow up.
Okay.
That's why I've been calling, so that I can know how to go about it when I don't have an office, but I have a safe and healthy space in my home where I do it. Please, what do I do?
Thank you very much. That's a wonderful question. In fact, I'm so happy with this question, because a lot of people who are wanting to get NAFDAC number normally fall into the wrong hands. And those are the people who call consultants. You know, they will come and tell you that don't go to NAFDAC. They paint the picture of our raid and burning and arrest as our image. No, we are not like that. That is just one aspect out of the 20-something activities we do. So that should not be our image. So sorry if somebody had told you that. But what I'm going to tell you is this. You mentioned yogurt, you mentioned you bake, and you produce other products. You see, if you go to our website with your phone, you click www.nafdac.gov.ng. You go to the MSME, there's a place they say micro, small, medium enterprise. You click it, it will come out, there's a drop down that will show you product type. If you click the product type, they will list out all the product types you can produce. You can see that cake is there.
Yes.
You can use your kitchen space to produce cake. You can use your kitchen space to produce chin-chin. I already mentioned that. You understand? The only thing will not allow you to use your kitchen space to produce is the yogurt, because it's a high-risk product, you know, because of milk and microorganisms. We expect it to graduate from the small, medium level. But every other product you have mentioned, you can produce it. And you need not to have an office, please. All you need is a manufacturing space beginning from your kitchen, provided it's 20 by 20, like I mentioned earlier. And I want to tell you something. If anybody is telling you something different, NAFDAC has a robust customer complaint platform. Just go and complain there, and we will respond and let you know what the issue is. We'll respond to people, and that's why we tell people that even if you consume product to do anything, get back. We like feedback. If you take drug, it's not working, give us a feedback. If you eat food, you're having a problem, give us a feedback. So if you're also trying to register a product and it's not working, give us a feedback. You understand? So, and if you go to the NAFDAC website, you see management staff. My picture is there, my phone number is there, my detail. Call me. Let me know that you are trying to register a product in the FCT. That is why I'm here. And that's why I'm paid. I will answer you.
Yes, so Sister Christy.
Please call me, I will answer you. So I will advise you, visit our registration portal. First of all, have your company registered. Have your brand name. You see, for those of you doing nano and micro scale, you don't need to have a trademark. You know, they will tell you that you need a trademark compulsory. No. If your company name is VicAlu Enterprises, you can start with VicAlu. VicAlu Chin Chin, VicAlu Popcorn, VicAlu that. Later you can brand it. You understand? So get those documents, enter our website, upload it, and then you communicate and follow the leads and communicate with us.
All right, let's pick this other call. Okay, the call has cut in. Please, 08108447518. Okay, let's pick this call, sir. Hello?
Hello, Vic Alu. Good evening.
Yes, good evening, sir.
And good evening, our NAFDAC brother and anchor person.
Good evening.
I am A. Williams. I'm calling from Dubai. Not the sister here. I'm not the sister. I think men can also do business.
Of
Yes,
course.
of
You
course.
are our husbands and our fathers now, so yes.
Yes. Please, I want to ask you this question. I'm interested in allied allied products such as beans, soya beans, sesame seed, seed, egusi, and the likes. But I want to be processing them for local consumption and export. What actually do if and my source of supply of these products is going to be the local market, and these produce come from different farmers who applied maybe herbicides, chemicals and fertilizers. So what will your agency, what will be your role in assessing these products, testing them to ascertain the level of toxicity in these products before I can begin to package for consumption and export? Thank you.
Thank you very much. You are in this program like me. I'm also a father too, so we are with our women. So thank you very much. For the agro product, your observation is correct. Most of them are tinted with pesticide residues, tinted with other kinds of residues. In the process of registration of the product, that is why I said after the inspection, NAFDAC could take the sample to the lab. We'll carry out our analysis there. Now in the lab, we do a lot of pesticide analysis. There's what they call the herbicides to test for herbicides and other things that can possibly tint the product. And once it is done and it is not there, that is when we will certify you to begin to get from that source. And I want to assure you one thing. There's what we call post-market surveillance activity. Even after giving the number, we also go to the market. Without telling, we also buy it again, take to our lab to make sure that our agreement at registration is what we are keeping to. You understand? So we have a very active and vibrant post-market surveillance activity to monitor this product. So when you have registered it, you have the NAFDAC number. Then we'll now tell you the process on how you can export them. And exporting these items comes in two ways. You can export them after registering them, where we can now give you what we call certificate of free sale and manufacture. Then after that, you can take it to any country that NAFDAC Maturity Level 3 organization respected worldwide. So they will respect our certification. Also, if you are doing it in bulk, if you are doing it in bags, 50 kg, big bags and all that, we can give you what we call health certificate. So we'll process the health certificate, where we will now give you certificate for the big ones, not the small ones you have a package. And those ones will also take it for analysis, and then the analysis result will package it together with the item, and then you take it there. By the time they see our analysis of that product and the badge, my brother, you don't have any problem, because we are a world-renowned regulatory authority and our results are top-notch.
Okay. All right, sir. In fact, I don't know whether we should have had opened the phone lines earlier because the time is really going. But we can pick one or two more calls. 08104475518. So, sir, I was asking a question as a father, as a husband. What is your advice to a woman to leverage on the incentives that we have for NAFDAC?
Very good. Thank you very much. A call is a call.
Okay. All right. Hello. Let's pick this call. Hello. Good evening.
Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you.
Yeah, my name is Miss Ruth Mosa.
Okay.
I'm grateful for the education so far, and then to our DJ in the house. We are grateful, sir.
Thank you.
I have a question. Sir, I'm asking, what is his take concerning pregnant women having or taking supplements before birth? What is the effect? Does it have a negative effect, or is that of a positive one? Does it encourage that? please. I would like him to educate us on that. Thank you.
All right, exactly. What we will advise is that normally we encourage any pregnant woman, whatever we are going to take in the form of drug, seek medical advice. Because every drug has its own drawback. There's always a side effect for every drug. And then the doctor will look at your history and look at your so many other things. So seek medical advice before you take anything as simple as supplement. So that's what I'll tell you, seek medical advice.
Sir, we'll be able to take another call. Just respond to that question.
Okay, all right, okay.
Asked, yes.
So as a father and I will advise all the women listening to me, whether you're a career woman, or that this thing, you can start a side hustle. For example, now in Abuja here, they don't produce palm oil here. If I've been going, I've not seen any palm trees. Most of them are coming from the east. Buy 25-liter gallon. Begin to package small liter, get NAFDAC number, supply supermarket. Sow your seed in the morning, sow your seed in the evening. You don't know the one that will. You understand? So start a side hustle. NAFDAC is there to support you. Use your kitchen. You don't have big space and then you'll be running around it. Convert it to an economic value. Make something out of the space around you. We will register you, grow you. I've seen somebody who started frying chin. Today, his packaging material is coming from China. When I was in Ondo State. If he's listening to me, he will know who I'm talking about. So start one side hustle. You don't know how far it will go. So that the time you have, instead of gossiping, you package your product. Instead of visiting people that don't want to see you, you package your product and other things. Apart from that, even beans. How many people are able to buy 10 kg of beans or 25 kg? Look for money. Tell Oga, I beg, promote my business. Bless me this year. If not 50 kg, give you. Package them 5 kg. Label them. Do them well. We'll tell you how to package it. Supply. Not everybody can buy have a 25 kg bag of beans. Bachelors that are going home, they just want to cook beans and rice. They don't buy your 1 kg, buy this. Go home, mix it. Your popular brand. So do side hustles, and NAFDAC is there to support you. We'll register. We'll have a BScope application. You don't have to come to our office. You can register your product and get your NAFDAC number while seated at the comfort of your house.
And sir, but because I know some people will still say they want to come to NAFDAC to hear from the horses.
No, they are welcome.
Okay, so it's
they are
okay.
Welcome. Yes, they are welcome. They can come make inquiries. I have a special desk. In fact, I have a special nano micro desk. If you're having problem doing this upload or anything, I have a special desk in my office. There's an officer seated there. When you come, I will just assign you. He will help you upload, do all the things you are going to do, and you go home happy.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. In fact, time is not our friend, but I'm sure we have heard a lot. We have learned a lot. Sister, nobody should say, get something to do. And I know the tariff is not much. The tariff is really small. Yes. So I want to sincerely thank you. We appreciate you for out of your busy schedule finding time to come. Sisters, let's stand up. Thank you very much, sir. And for me, next week, we'll come back and for another interesting talk. Sister, no slacking this year. This year, every woman must make money. We must make money. I'll see you from me. Bye.